Narrated by Sulayman Ash-Shaybani. I heard Ash-Shubi saying, I was told by a man who had passed with the Prophet peace be upon him by a grave that was separate from the other graves that he, the Prophet peace be upon him, led them in the prayer and they prayed behind him. I said, O Abu Amr, who narrated that to you? He replied, Ibn Abbas. Narrated by Abu Huraira. A black person, a male or a female, used to clean the mosque and then died. The Prophet peace be upon him did not know about it. One day the Prophet peace be upon him remembered him and said, What happened to that person? The people replied, O Allah's Messenger peace be upon him. He died. He said, Why did you not inform me? They said, His story was so and so, regarded him as insignificant. He said, Show me his grave. He then went to his grave and offered the funeral prayer. Narrated by Anas. The Prophet peace be upon him said, When a human being is laid in his grave and his companions return and he even hears their footsteps, two angels come to him and make him sit and ask him, What did you use to say about this man, Muhammad? He will say, I testify that he is Allah's slave and his apostle. Then it will be said to him, Look at your place in the hellfire. Allah has given you a place in paradise instead of it. The Prophet peace be upon him added, The dead person will see both his places. But a non-believer or a hypocrite will say to the angels, I do not know, but I used to say what the people used to say. It will be said to him, Neither did you know nor did you take the guidance, by reciting the Quran. Then he will be hit with an iron hammer between his two ears, and he will cry, and that cry will be heard by whatever approaches him except human beings and jinns. Narrated by Abu Huraira. The angel of death was sent to Moses, and when he went to him, Moses slapped him severely, spoiling one of his eyes. The angel went back to his Lord, and said, You sent me to a slave who does not want to die. Allah restored his eye and said, Go back and tell him, Moses, to place his hand over the back of an ox, for he will be allowed to live for a number of years equal to the number of hairs coming under his hand. So the angel came to him and told him the same. Then Moses asked, O my Lord, what will be then? He said, Death will be then. He said, Let it be now. He asked Allah that he bring him near the sacred land at a distance of a stone's throw. Allah's Messenger peace be upon him said, Were I there I would show you the grave of Moses by the way near the red sand hill. Narrated by Ibn Abbas. The Prophet peace be upon him offered the funeral prayer of a man one night after he was buried. He and his companions stood up, for the prayer. He had asked them about him before standing, saying, Who is this? They said, He is so and was buried last night. So all of them offered the funeral prayer.